It's opening day 2020 here on Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. Hello and welcome. American League matchup between a couple powerhouses, and I mean that in terms of offense in the American League. The Minnesota Twins, with the addition of Josh Donaldson, now facing an already powerful Athletics team. Coming up next here at Rickey Henderson Field. 4:10 the start time that this game is scheduled for. As the opening day, some statistics about the Athletics pitching staff from last season. Opening day coming up next. MLB's virtual network. There's Sean Manaea on the mound for the Oakland Athletics, eager to get back on the mound after suffering an injury last season that really took him out for the majority. You see, there are only 5 starts in 2019 with the Athletics. He's a promising pitcher for this Athletics team, though. He threw the first no-hitter of the 2018 season.
Max Kepler.
The Athletics have made the playoffs in back-to-back seasons as wild-card teams, losing in both games, and that pitch misses. To Max Kepler, that's ball 1. Max Kepler with the Minnesota Twins.
107.
One of only a few players from the country of Germany that has made his way to Major League Baseball. 2-0 pitch. That's strike 1. The first strike of our opening day coverage thrown by Sean Manaea. 67-degree day in Oakland, California. Max Kepler batted .252 last year, hit 36 home runs and 90 RBIs as he moves himself back into a hitter's count 3-1. Those 36 home runs were a career high for him. Made his debut with the Minnesota Twins in 2015 and has been here ever since. Strike 2 called, and the count run full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes on the Twins center fielder tonight. Swing and a miss. Sean Manaea starts the ball game with a strikeout, and that's the first out of the game. Here's Jorge Polanco. Jorge Polanco playing shortstop for the Twins tonight. First pitch from Manaea. That's a strike, 0-1. Polanco, a switch hitter, batting from the right side of the plate. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2 called on a breaking ball, or an off-speed pitch, more or less, counts quickly 0-2. Polanco, still a young shortstop playing here with the Minnesota Twins, made his debut with this team. As that pitch runs outside, counts 1-2. One-two pitch, here it comes. That's outside. The counts run even now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Opening day, that fan's excited. A nice poster of DeKid. That the Twins have worked on offense. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Jorge Polanco. Here it is, full count pitch. And good discipline by Polanco. Minaya walks Polanco after striking out Kepler to begin this ball game.
The designated hitter.
And Nelson Cruz about to step up to the plate. Nelson Cruz made a name for himself with the Texas Rangers. Was traded to the Baltimore Orioles for the 2014 season. Was a hot trade outfield commodity ever since that. Ever since 2014, he signed a contract with the Seattle Mariners. Played there from 2015 to 2018. And in the 2018-19 offseason, signed a deal here in Minnesota. He's got himself in a hitter's count now, 2-0. And each of the first three hitters for the Twins have gotten themselves in hitter's counts. Minaya came back to strike out Max Kepler, but relinquished a walk to Jorge Polanco, and now gets on the board against Cruz. It's 2-1. Cruz signed with the Rangers out of the Dominican Republic. He was an international free agent signing, and he's back in a hitter's count now, 3-1 against Minaya. This is the third at bat now that Minaya has thrown 3 balls to a hitter. Three-one pitch. That's low and a bit inside. Ball 4. Nelson Cruz works out a walk, and now the Twins have 2 runners aboard. Still 1 out in the inning. And the newest piece to the Twins coming up to the plate, Josh Donaldson. With the Braves last season, .259 hitter with 37 home runs and 94 RBIs. Toward the end of his time with the Blue Jays, he had struggled with injuries. Was traded off to the Indians at the end of the 2018 season, but he was still had a lot of question marks in terms of his durability and his proneness to injury. Of course, all of those worries were thwarted after his 1-year stint with the Braves. He signed a 1-year contract in the 18-19 offseason and earned a deal now to play for the Minnesota Twins. Now the Twins have some consistent bats in the lineup, with Sano moving from third to first. And now Donaldson manning third base. Chopped on the ground toward the middle. Barreto to Semien, back to Olsen, and Donaldson grounds into a double play. That ends the top of the first. So despite 2 walks, Minaya pitches out of the first with a 0 on the board going to the bottom of the first. It's Minnesota 0 and Oakland coming to bat. Jose Barrios on the mound for the Twins, young pitcher. And even with the acquisitions of Rich Hill and Kenta Maeda, Barrios still named the ace of this team. And Marcus Semien will come to the plate, a top 3 MVP finisher last season. And he takes strike 1. Semien's 2 for 8 against Barrios' career. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That hit well. That's going to get past the infield, and that's going to roll to the wall. Kepler picks it up in center. Semien stops at second. He's got a leadoff double. And the first hit for either team in this game comes in the bottom of the first. Athletics have a runner in scoring position. Ramon Laureano steps up to the plate for the Athletics. Takes a strike from Barrios. Laureano, a young and athletic outfielder with this team. One of the strongest arms in the game you'll find as well. Started playing primarily in left field, but has earned himself a center field job with the Athletics and has thrived in that position. Hit well but foul. The count's even at 1. Excuse me, now it's 1-2 on Ramon Laureano batted .288 last year with 24 home runs and 67 RBIs in 123 games with the Athletics, and stays alive in the at-bat, fouling that pitch off. Made his debut with the Athletics on August 3rd, 2018. That pitch gets away from Garver. Down to third goes Semien. And Donaldson pulled off the bag, saving that pitch going to the outfield. And Garver couldn't keep it in front of him. Not a bad attempt to try to block that pitch. But Semien advances to third. That's officially a wild pitch on Berríos. 2-2 count to Laureano. That hit well to right field. And that gets over the head of Marwin Gonzalez. Semien will score from third. Kepler stops at second. RBI double for Ramon Laureano. Athletics out to an early 1-0 lead. And just out of the reach of Gonzalez. Took a good route to the ball. It just went over his glove. Matt Chapman stands in now, number 3 hitter for the Athletics. Although he's a talented hitter, most known for his prowess on defense. That pitch misses low. The count's even 1-1. Chapman last season batted .249 with 36 home runs and 91 RBIs. Swing and a miss, counts 1-2. Won the Wilson Defensive Player of the Year award last season. That was his second time in a row winning that, and also won a Gold Glove for third baseman a season ago, as well as a Platinum Glove. That's a ball. Very well respected and talented defensive third baseman. 2-2 pitch from Berríos. That's hit softly in the air out to left. And making that catch is Eddie Rosario, and the Twins finally get it out in the bottom of the first inning. And with that, here's the Oakland Athletics starting lineup. Marcus Semien, an MVP candidate last season. They're in the leadoff spot. Matt Chapman, we already talked about him, the Gold Glover. Matt Olson coming up to bat now. One of the most powerful players in the game. Chris Davis in the 6th spot, another powerhouse. These are two heavy offensive teams in the American League, and that's ball 1 to Matt Olson. Olson, .267 hitter last season with 36 home runs and 91 RBIs. Rips that pitch foul just ahead of the off-speed pitch. The count's even at 1. As you saw there, Matt Olson, a first-round pick in 2012 with the Athletics, made his debut in September of 2016. Really broke out, though, and became a consistent starter in 2018 when he started all 162 games. Bobbled it short by Polanco. He still gets a throw off, but Olson beats out. Olson beats it out, I should say, and the official scorer's decision is a base hit. And he did just beat that out. It's a good call at first base. Now the Athletics in good shape. Runners at first and second. Only one out in the inning. Here's Mark Canha. Canha playing right field in this game. .273 hitter last season, 26 home runs and 58 RBIs. Hits that well on the ground to third. Donaldson plays it, elects to tag out the runner, and the throw over to Arias is in time. So a double play ends both the top of the first and the bottom of the first, but this double by Ramon Laureano that scored Marcus Semien is the difference maker through one inning. Athletics 1, Twins 0, headed to the second. The Twins will have 5, 6, 7 hitters due up. To begin the top of the second inning, Eddie Rosario, Mitch Garver, and Miguel Sano scheduled to bat. You're watching opening day on Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. This is one of our featured games of the day. This is the 4 o'clock game. Braves and Diamondbacks scheduled for 7:10 p.m. Eastern Time tonight, so check that out when this game's over. And then a day recap will be posted no later than 10 o'clock tonight. Cano makes the catch on the line drive. Eddie Rosario's out.
The catcher, number 8.
1 out starts the top of the second, and here's the defense. For the Athletics, a couple Gold Glove winners. We already talked about Matt Chapman, but Matt Olson also won a Gold Glove for first baseman in the American League last season as well. Ramon Laureano out there in center could very well win one himself coming in the later years. I've already seen what a strong arm he has. Still quick out there in center field as well. Semien throws to Olson, and on one pitch, Mitch Garver grounds out.
The first baseman, number
2 quick
22,
outs start the second inning, and here's number 7 hitter Miguel Sano. He's been up and down with the Twins. Ever since 2018, he was sent all the way back down to Single A because he had a lack of production in 2018. Was also a defensive liability, but with the acquisition of Donaldson, he moves from third base to first base.
2 balls, no strikes.
And not having that defensive responsibility, he could more than likely focus on hitting an offense. And even saying that, him playing first base is not permanent. It's an experiment right now for the Twins, but it is the ideal position for him to play for this Twins to be most successful. Sano last season batted .247 with 34 home runs and 79 RBIs in 105 games with the Twins, and that hit one to left field, and there's no doubt about that one. Miguel Sano puts the Twins on the board with a solo home run. 113 miles per hour off the bat of Miguel Sano. This game tied at 1. And some mixed crowd reactions there. I mean, whatever team you're rooting for, you have to appreciate this home run. That is a majestic arc. That's not even high. That is a line drive home run.
Batting it.
Luis Arias
Luis
will bat with 2 outs in the top of the second following the Miguel Sano home run. Arias made his debut last season with the Twins and produced well. That pitch called a strike, counts even at 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
International free agent signing out of Venezuela. In 92 games with the Twins last season, he batted .334 with 4 home runs and 28 RBIs. Outstanding Rookie of the Year award with the Twins in 2019. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a foul ball. Counts 1-2. The Athletics scored on a Ramon Laureano double in the bottom of the first inning, and Miguel Sano just homered for the Twins. Now the game's tied at 1, and Arias strikes out swinging. That ends the inning. But Miguel Sano sent this ball to orbit. We've got a tie game going to the bottom of the second inning. Twins Athletics here on Major League Baseball's virtual network. You're watching MLB Virtual Network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. This is opening day, one of our 2 featured games of the day. Twins Athletics, and these are a couple run-producing teams, and it's evident with a 1-1 score after an inning and a half of play. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Athletics. Chris Davis, Robbie Grossman, and Sean Murphy. Davis led the American League in home runs in 2018 with 48. 1-1 pitch. That misses outside.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Rios has been throwing strikes, but the strikes he threw in that bottom of the first were just put into play. Chris Davis last season with the Athletics, a .220 hitter with 23 home runs and 73 RBIs.
2-2.
That was in 133 games with the team. That pitch fouled off. Counts 2-2. And him and the Chris Davis of the Baltimore Orioles have each been pretty good and mistaken for each other, but this Chris Davis, a right-handed hitter, the Chris Davis on the Orioles, a left-handed hitter. And this Chris Davis, his name's spelled with a K, 2-2 pitch. That hit well to center field, and the Athletics answer back quickly. Leadoff home run for Chris Davis. I mean, this game was advertised as an offensive-heavy matchup. It's 2-1 Athletics. And each team has now homered. Only the bottom of the second inning as well. Unlike the Sano home run, this was a majestic fly ball that carried too far. Man, that was hit deep into the center field wells over the wall. Here's Robbie Grossman. He swings and hits that pitch foul. That's strike one. Robbie Grossman once played for this Minnesota Twins team. Has been part of the Oakland Athletics since the 2018 season. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Barrios has him down 0-2. And check that. That statistic on the screen is correct. Grossman signed in the 2018-19 offseason and strikes out on 3 pitches. But Grossman played for the Twins from 2016 to 2018. And this will be his second year with the Athletics. 1 out, bottom of the second. Sean Murphy up to bat. Takes ball 1 outside. Barrios has been a bit wild with that breaking ball that he's been throwing today. Threw a wild pitch that allowed Marcus Semien to advance from second to third in the bottom of the first inning. 1-1 count on Sean Murphy. Murphy entering his age 25 season with the Athletics. 1-1 pitch. That's it. And foul. Counts 1-2. 245 hitter with 4 home runs and 8 RBIs. Playing 20 games with the Athletics last season. Made his debut May 19th, 2019. Was a third-round pick with the Athletics in 2016. Swings and misses at that pitch. And after giving up the leadoff home run to Chris Davis, Jose Barrios struck out the next 2 hitters. 2 outs.
The second baseman, Tony Kemp.
Here's Tony Kemp playing second base for the Athletics. In today's game, he'll bat with 2 outs and the base is empty.
Nope. That's inside.
Kemp, a former Houston Astro and Chicago Cub, made his debut with the Astros in 2016. Was traded from the Astros to the Cubs in the middle of the 2019 season. Now playing for the Athletics. Hits that to left. Played by Rosario. That ends the inning. Chris Davis. Powerful swing here. Gives his team the lead again through 2 full innings of play. The Athletics lead the Twins 2-1. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis.
The right fielder, number 9.
Athletics leading the Twins 2-1 here on opening day. This game so far being played as advertised. Two heavy offensive teams. The Athletics got their first run in the bottom of the first when Marcus Semien hit a double. And then Ramon Laureano doubled him in. In the top of the second, the Twins responded almost immediately with a Miguel Sano home run. That made it 1-1. And in the bottom of the second, Chris Davis hit a leadoff solo home run that made it 2-1. And here's where we stand now, entering the third inning. Marwin Gonzalez down 1-2, and he'll take that pitch. Counts now even at 2. 9-1-2 hitters due up for the Twins. It'll be Marwin Gonzalez. Then back to the top for Max Kepler and Jorge Polanco, all scheduled to bat in this half inning. That pitch fouled away. And that's not good. And Sean Manaea,
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the
who had been struggling with injuries
number 58,
in years past,
Blackburn.
will be taken out of this game after something in his upper body prevents him from throwing. We'll have updates on that one for you later in this game. But not good for the Athletics. That hit well to right field. You've got to be kidding me. Paul Blackburn just came in to pitch, relieving Sean Manaea, and Marwin Gonzalez at the bottom of the order hits one out of here. I am in shock right now. I expected some offense, but not this much. That's the third home run hit by both teams. The second by the Twins. And with the exception of the top of the first so far, there has been a run scored in each half inning. 453 feet, and Gonzalez isn't even one of the typical power hitters. But back to the top of the order is Max Kepler. He's 0 for 1. Facing Paul Blackburn for the first time in this game. Sean Manaea just came out of this game with some type of injury. 0-2 pitch. Here it is. That misses high. The count's 1-2. Paul Blackburn was once in the rotation with the Athletics, but has since taken a long reliever role.
Nope, outside.
The Athletics have a nice young rotation as well. I mean, Manaea, the ace of the team entering this game, undoubtedly coming back from injury. Jesus Luzardo as well, pitched well last year for the Athletics. He's supposed to start tomorrow, or the next game for the Athletics. I know opening day starts now, and then several teams have an off day. 2-2 pitch coming. Swinging a foul ball. So these are two teams that will play tomorrow. So Luzardo's scheduled to start tomorrow with the Athletics. The Athletics set up well to potentially retake the American League West. It's been dominated by the Astros for the last couple seasons. That pitch. Check swing. Kepler won around according to the home plate umpire. And that's the first out of this top of the third inning. Here comes Jorge Polanco. The Athletics, it's still kind of a tough American League West. Aside from the Mariners, who are still looking at rebuilding and moving some pieces around, the Rangers signed Todd Frazier in the offseason, and he's a power bat. They've got a good structure in their team. The Angels, still weak in the pitching area, but have Anthony Rendon now at third base. and in the middle of the lineup. The Astros, if they are the team they are without the cheating scandal that they say they are, they might be a tough team as well to face in the West. And then there's the Athletics. The power-heavy lineup and a rotation that seems dangerous with a lot of young arms. Polanco hits that off the wall. Played well out in left field by Robbie Grossman, but that doesn't stop Polanco from getting to second. And the Twins have the go-ahead run in scoring position with only one out in the inning. Middle of the order coming up, Nelson Cruz steps in. First pitch. That's foul, strike one. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. This is game one of two games being covered today. Twins and Athletics hitting the ball far and in most cases out of the yard so far. 0-1 pitch to Cruz. That's left up in the zone, but he takes it. That's strike two. Cruz is a production machine at the plate. Was a regular when he played for the Rangers and the Orioles, but when he started his career in Seattle starting 2015, assumed more of a designated hitter role, and that hasn't changed here in Minnesota. Grossman makes the catch, throws it into third.
The third baseman, number 24.
Polanco stays at second, and with two outs, Josh Donaldson steps up to the plate. Grounded into a double play his first time up. And he'll face Paul Blackburn for the first time. Athletics scored a run in the bottom of the first on a Ramon Laureano double. In the top of the second, Miguel Sano went deep. That tied the game at 1. In the bottom of the second, Chris Davis went deep for the Athletics. That made it 2-1. And in this inning, in this half inning, Marwin Gonzalez led off with a solo home run. Now we're tied at 2. And here's the 1-0 to Donaldson. That hit on the ground and to the right of the first base bag. Foul ball, counts even at 1. Twins haven't had a lead in this game. The Athletics have had a lead, but not for long. And Donaldson behind in the count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network coverage of opening day. One-two pitch. Here it comes. And that's a breaking ball that misses well too far out of the zone. And the count even again, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Josh Donaldson, once he made his debut with the Oakland Athletics and broke out with this team. The Athletics dealt him to Toronto, and he became another superstar third baseman there. It's a foul ball. The last time he played for the Athletics, the last game he played in was the wild card game against the Royals in 2014 when the Royals came back to beat the Athletics. And that pitch misses outside. And following that season, he was traded to Toronto. 3-ball, 2-strike pitch coming to Donaldson from Paul Blackburn, who replaced Sean Manaea, who got injured in this top of the third inning, and that ball popped into the air. Routine play for Semien. He makes the catch. And that ends the inning, but Marwin Gonzalez tied the game on this solo home run to lead off the inning. Bottom of the third coming up. Twins and Athletics knotted up at 2. Ignore those 3 guys on the screen. I am not either of them. But this game is brought to you by MLB The Show 20. Matt Vasgersian, the typical voice here. But I'm Nicholas Callis. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. It's brought to you by MLB The Show 20.
Yep,
Opening day coverage of Twins and Athletics, which you're watching right now, in a game that's been filled with offense. Twins have hit 2 home runs to this point. The Athletics have 1. And the A's have the top of the lineup scheduled to bat. Marcus Semien, Ramon Laureano, and Matt Chapman. 1-1 coming to Semien.
Ball, that pitch is up.
That misses high, counts 2-1. Jose Barrios about to throw his 40th pitch. Strike 2 called, counts even, 2-2. Semien stays alive in the at-bat, fouls that pitch off. Jose Barrios last year had a 14-8 decision and a 3.68 ERA in 32 games started with the Twins, and gets a called strike 3 there. Well-placed breaking ball. Barrios has 3 strikeouts now, and
Number 22.
that's the first out. Yeah, well, Semien a bit disappointed, and you saw the view there. You be the judge. Laureano swings and misses. That's strike 1. He doubled home Semien in the bottom of the first inning. That gave the Athletics their first run. And he's just now batting for the second time in this game. Strike 2 called on a breaking ball left up in the zone. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3 over the outside part of the plate. And Barrios racking up strikeouts now. That's number 4 on a pitch well placed.
Matt Chapman.
And that'll bring up number 3 hitter Matt Chapman. 2 outs, bases empty. Barrios got the first 2 outs on strikeouts in this half inning. Chapman hitless through his first at bat of the season. 0-1 pitch. Outside, counts even at 1.
Ball, that's out.
Two-one pitch coming to Chapman. That popped up and foul. This is Jose Barrios'. It's going to be his 5th season with the Twins. Made his debut in 2016. Chopped on the ground by Chapman. Barrios comes off the mound to play it. Throws to Sano, and it's in time. That'll end the inning. Barrios, 2 of the 3 outs in that inning were on strikeouts thrown by him. Through 3 full innings of play, the Twins and Athletics tied at 2. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. Brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Opening day coverage of some American League Baseball. Twins and Athletics tied at 2, coming to the 4th. And Rosario hits it against the shift on the first pitch. That's Chapman making the play around where shortstop should be. And 1 pitch out for Rosario. That starts the top of the 4th. I'll bring up Mitch Garver. He's 0 for 1, grounded out on 1 pitch in his first at bat in the second inning. So if you're wondering why Paul Blackburn's on the mound and not Sean Manaea, and I hate to break this to you if you're just tuning into the game, but Manaea was taken out of this game after throwing a few pitches in the top of the 3rd because something was evidently bothering him. And there will be an update on that either later on in this game or later today. Smooth play by Semien, throws to Olsen, and Mitch Garver's out at first.
The first baseman, number 22, Miguel Munoz.
Paul Blackburn has only given up 1 run, and it was Not to this guy. Marwin Gonzalez hit a solo home run right after Blackburn came in the game in the top of the third.
That's the ball.
Sano homered in the second inning. That was the Twins' first run of the game.
2 balls.
Counts
no
2-0 now on him. Chopped foul, counts 2-1. The Athletics also have a home run. Chris Davis homered in the bottom of the second inning. And Sano, oh my goodness! Oh, look at that! That ball was hit so far. Sano's got 2 home runs now. Three to 2's the score. Twins have their first lead of this game. That's a satisfying sound off the bat. And the miles that ball covered
The batter, number 2.
also demonstrate how quality of a swing that was. Here's Luis Arias. He struck out in his first at bat in the second inning. He's facing Paul Blackburn for the first time in this game and hits it up the middle. Semien has a play, throws to Olsen. It's in time. But Miguel Sano has batted 2 balls out of the yard. This is the most recent. Bottom of the fourth inning, Twins with their first lead of the game. It's 3-2. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network here on MLB The Show 20. There's Heidi Watney. So she's probably giving an update on Sean Manaea. It doesn't look like her microphone's working, though, so yikes. We'll get to hear from her, but Tony Kemp coming up to the plate. Bob Melvin, the manager of the Athletics there. He's been around for a number of years now. The Athletics will send
The Athletics. The first baseman.
4 or 5 hitters up to the plate. The Matt Olson, Mark Canha, and Chris Davis. Barrios, first pitch is a strike over the inside part of the plate.
0-1.
That's 0-1. The Twins have hit 3 home runs in this game and have tallied. That's been the tally of their scoreline so far, the 3 solo home runs that they hit. Ramon Laureano has an RBI on a double that he hit in the bottom of the first. Chris Davis homered at the bottom of the second. Those are their 2 runs in this game. Still in the first half proceedings. Olsen falls behind in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Nope.
That's outside. Counts even at 2.
I got the count. 2-2.
Olsen, a 30-plus home run hitter in 2019. Also a Gold Glove first baseman. And he hits that to center field. Oh, my goodness. This is getting this is getting ridiculous. Well, happy opening day, whoever likes offense. It's 3-3. Athletics have tied the game on the 5th home run of the game. Total to both teams. Twins now have 3 home runs. That's the Athletics' second. And these home runs that have been hit today have been no doubters. They have not been wall scrapers at all. Flat out have just been hit too far. My, oh my. Here's Mark Canha.
The right fielder.
He takes ball 1 inside. Jose Barrios has given up all 3 of the runs in his start. Paul Blackburn giving up 2 of the 3 you see. Blackburn pitching for the Athletics now because Manaya came out with an injury
2 balls, 1 strike.
in the top of the third. And at this point, he's still on the mound. But Barrios pitching now for the Twins and has given up 2 home runs.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And the offense is having a field day right now with the pitching staffs. That's inside. Counts run full 3-2. Chris Davis, the other player to hit a home run for the Athletics, is on deck. Cano takes a walk.
The batter, number 2, designated hitter, Chris.
I mean, these two teams are notable for their heavy offenses. And we're watching an offensive heavy game right now. Here's Chris Davis. Hit a home run in his first at bat in the bottom of the second and takes ball 1 there. Miguel Sano has 2 home runs for the Twins. Marwin Gonzalez with the other. Chris Davis and Matt Olson have each gone deep. Here's Chris Davis' second plate appearance, and he takes strike 1 on a breaking ball.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Matt Olson led off this inning with a home run that tied the game at 3. Mark Canha just walked, and Chris Davis now down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bad pitch misses outside, counts even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chris Davis made his debut on April 1st, 2013 with the Milwaukee Brewers. Counts run full, now on him 3-2. On February 12th, 2016, he was traded to the Athletics for 2 prospects, Bubba Derby and Jacob Nottingham, and has played for the Athletics ever since. Been a power hitter as well. That's his second hit of the day. That's going to hit the wall. Cano around second. He's going to go to third. Grossman throws it into Polanco. Davis stops at first. Cano advances from first to third, and the Athletics set up to take the lead back with runners at first and third. And still nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th, and now the pitching coach coming out for the Athletics to talk to Barrios. And after that quick conference, Robbie Grossman will bat. His second plate appearance comes in the bottom of the 4th inning. These teams have gone back and forth. Neither team has had a lead for an extended period of time. Grossman hits that out to left field. Rosario makes the catch. Cano will tag from and score from third. Chris Davis doesn't tag. He goes back to first. That's a sacrifice fly for Robbie Grossman, and the Athletics take the lead again. It's 4-3. And between both teams now, a run has been scored in each inning. The Twins didn't score in the top of the first, and the Athletics didn't score in the bottom of the third. Those are the only zeros on the score line right now. Sean Murphy batting for the Athletics, and he hits that wall to right field. Gonzalez back on it. He'll make the catch. Davis goes back to first. And that's the second out.
The batter, number 5, second baseman, Tony Kemp.
And with 2 outs here is Tony Kemp. Flew out in the second inning. Today is Kemp's debut with the Athletics as he grounds that through the right side, and he's got his first hit in Oakland.
Now batting, shortstop, Marcus.
With an outside pitch, he kind of pulled off of, but steered it through the infield. And the top of the order coming back up now for the Athletics. Matt Whistler in the bullpen now for the Twins. And Semien Pick strike one. He doubled and later scored back in the bottom of the first inning. Matt Olson, the cleanup hitter, led off this inning. And that pitch misses inside. That's ball one. This is the seventh hitter now batting for the Athletics in this half inning. And with Whistler warming up in the bullpen for the Twins, this might be Berrios' last inning, especially with his pitch count. And for this reason as well, that ball's gone. That's the third home run given up by Jose Berrios in this game. A 3-run shot by Marcus Semien. Holy Toledo indeed. Each team now has 3 home runs. That one just not a solo home run. That was a 3-run home run. The Athletics now lead 7-3. That was the first home run hit by either team with runners on base. And another home run that made it out by plenty. Holy smokes. When people are reaching up in the third deck, that's... Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Jose Berrios is done. Rocco Baladelli comes out of the dugout. Berrios can't pitch out of the fourth. So Berrios gives up the 7 runs, all of which were earned. Matt Whistler comes out of the bullpen for the Twins. You see his stats last year in 44 games. An ERA of 5.61.
Now batting.
Ramon Liriano will bat 2 outs, bases empty. He follows the Marcus Semien 3-run home run. Oh, 1 pitch, here it comes. And that's chopped on the ground. That gets up the middle and another hit for the Athletics in this half inning.
Now batting.
And the teeter-totter getting a bit heavy on the Athletics side. The 9th hitter coming up to the plate. Now for the Athletics, it's Matt Chapman, who's one of only a few hitters now with the Athletics that doesn't have a hit yet. Sano can't run that one down. That's a foul ball. Matt Olson, the batter on deck, led this half inning off with a home run. Cano walked. Davis hit his single. Grossman sack fly. Scored Cano from third. Sean Murphy got out. Tony Kemp singled, and then Semien hit a 3-run home run. Laureano just reached on a single. And Chapman, up for his third plate appearance, swings and misses. And that pitch strike 2. But the Athletics have 3 home runs in this game. The Twins have 3 home runs in this game. An offensive masterpiece right now. But the pitching staffs are suffering. Jose Berrios pitched 3 2/3 innings. That runner on first is not his responsibility. He gave up a total of 7 earned runs in his start. And Chapman joins the hit parade. That's a base hit. Laureano heads from first to third. Chapman's going to try to get to second. The relay from Arias to Polanco is in time. Matt Chapman is out at second. And a good relay from center fielder Max Kepler ends the bottom of the 4th inning. Oakland sends 9 batters to the plate and scores 5 of them. Top of the 5th. 9-1-2 hitters due up for the Twins, and the last time Marwin Gonzalez led off an inning, he hit a home run. It's Gonzalez, Max Kepler, and Jorge Polanco all due up.
Ball 1.
You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. Brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Yasmero Petit and J.B. Wendelken up in the bullpen for the Athletics. Sean Manaea was taken out in the top of the 3rd inning because of an undefined injury right now. And which is kind of unfortunate for him for the fact that he was injured most of 2019. He threw a no-hitter in 2018 and
I got the count 1 and 2.
has been the foreseen ace of the Athletics when healthy, but didn't make it out of this start. Gonzalez flies out to Canha, and that's the first out of the top of the fifth.
Now batting, the center fielder, Max Kepler.
Max Kepler coming up to the plate as the leadoff hitter has struck out twice at the top of the order with the Twins. Paul Blackburn has given up 1 run since coming out of the bullpen to replace the injured Minaya as Kepler hits that pitch into right center. That one hops the wall. Ramon Liriano gets it into Semien. That's Kemp. Kemp holds it anyway. That's a 1-out double for Max Kepler.
The shortstop, Jorge Polanco.
Another satisfying sound off the bat. A well-struck pitch. That's the Twins a 1-out double as the heart of the order comes up to the plate. Here's Jorge Polanco. Strike 1 called, no balls and a strike on Polanco. Paul Blackburn gave up a lone run on the solo home run hit by Marwin Gonzalez in the top of the third. Hasn't given up any runs since. That ball caught out there by Marcus Semien, and that's the second out of the inning. And I have to correct myself. Blackburn has given up 2 runs. A home run by Marwin Gonzalez, and then Miguel Sano's second home run of the game. So Blackburn, 2 earned runs given up out of the bullpen. And has pitched 2 full innings. Now 2 2/3 innings as Nelson Cruz takes ball 1. 1-0 the count. But Minaya is still questionable on what his injury is. Blackburn doing a fine job out of the bullpen, and his offense has backed him up. Sent 9 batters to the plate last half inning. 5 runs scored in that bottom of the 4th inning. 2-1 pitch coming to Cruz. That misses low, counts 3-1, and former Athletic Josh Donaldson is on deck. Ripped well, but just foul down the third base side of the field, and the count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That ripped well to left, and if that would have stayed fair, that would have been another home run for the Twins, but just foul. Count still full, 3-2. And that misses low. Good discipline by Nelson Cruz. Nets him a walk. And the Twins set up well. Runners on first and second. And 2 outs. Here in the top of the 5th, Josh Donaldson comes to the plate. Max Kepler's on second. He had a double earlier this half inning, and Nelson Cruz just walked. And strike 1 called to Josh Donaldson. Known as the around baseball, and most notably got that nickname with the Braves last season. He was drafted by the Chicago Cubs in a consolation round in 2007. Fouled that pitch off, counts 1-2. However, made his debut with the Athletics on April 30th, 2010. Played for them until 2014. That made a career with the Toronto Blue Jays from 2015 to 2018. Was traded to Cleveland in the middle of that season and played 1 year in Atlanta before landing himself here in Minnesota. And he works the count full, 3-2. Eddie Rosario's on deck for the Twins. And both runners should be running on the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout by Paul Blackburn of Josh Donaldson. Ends the top of the 5th inning. The Twins' threat goes by the wayside, and after the top of the 5th inning, it's the Athletics 7 and the Twins 3. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Zach Littell in the bullpen for the Twins. Matt Wisler still on the mound. He replaced Jose Barrios in the bottom of the 4th inning. Matt Olson batting. He led off last inning with a solo home run, and that set up a 5-run bottom of the 4th that sent 9 batters to the plate. Strike 2, counts 0-2 on him. So the new Major League Baseball rule is that a pitcher must throw to a minimum of 3 hitters before being substituted for, and that counts even in transition of innings. That pitch just foul. So Wisler has to face a couple more batters before he can be replaced, even if the Twins want to replace him. Swing and a miss gets Matt Olson down on strikes. And here comes Mark Canha.
The right fielder, number 20.
0 for 1 in 2 plate appearances. He walked last inning. First pitch to him is high. That's a ball. It's 1-0. The Twins scored 3 runs, 2 of which were on Miguel Sano solo home runs, and 1 was on a Marwin Gonzalez solo home run. The Athletics, however, that ball's grounded up the middle. Cano's got his first hit of the day. The Athletics scored a run in the 1st on an RBI double. Got home runs from Chris Davis, Matt Olson, and Marcus Semien. The home runs hit by Olson and Davis were solo home runs, but Marcus Semien hit a 3-run home run last inning, and that broke this game open. Robbie Grossman also has an RBI. He had a sacrifice fly in that bottom of the 4th as well. Crush Davis. Absolutely inaccurate nickname. Didn't produce as well as he did in years past last year, but has a fine start to this year after hitting an RBI, or excuse me, not an RBI single, but he hit a single. He's walked, singled, and homered in this game. 2 for 2 in 3 appearances. No, that's wrong. He didn't walk. He hit a solo home run in his first plate appearance. He's 2 for 2 in 2 plate appearances, but now 2 for 3 as he strikes out against Matt Wisler.
The left fielder, number 8.
That's the second out.
Robbie Grossman.
That's the second out. Here's Robbie Grossman. 2 outs, a runner on first. And he hits that first pitch foul, strike 1. Grossman 0 for 1 in 2 plate appearances, but we talked about him hitting a sacrifice fly last inning. And even he contributed to the 5-run inning by the Athletics. 0-1 pitch. That hits him. Well, at least it was on a breaking ball. It wasn't a fastball.
John Murphy.
Still 2 outs in this half inning. That brings up number 8 hitter Sean Murphy. Matt Wisler now in some trouble. But to his credit, has the bottom of the order due up. Matt Wisler trying to complete 1 full inning out of the bullpen. Murphy hits that well to right field. That's foul. Strike 1. The ball that was hit far. Murphy 0 for 2. Hits out on the ground sharply. Polanco bobbles the ball. He elects to go to Sano at first and gets the out anyhow. Recovers nicely, and that ends the inning and saves another potential big inning by the Athletics. No runs scored in that inning for the Athletics. Going to the sixth inning, it's Oakland 7 and Minnesota 3. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network.
Leading off for the Twins.
Brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. It's opening day in Major League Baseball. Athletics and Twins playing an offensive-filled game. Twins have 5, 6, 7 hitters due up this half inning. Eddie Rosario, Mitch Garver, and Miguel Sano. Rosario grounds it right into the shift. There's Semien to play it. Throws to Olsen. Rosario grounds out. That starts the top of the sixth.
Nick Garver.
Mitch Garver will come up to the plate now. Hitless and 2 at-bats to this point. The Twins have had just as much success as the Athletics on offense and have equaled the amount of team home runs that the Athletics have hit in this game. It's just that bottom of the fourth that has separated this game to this point. The Athletics strung together some hits, some walks, had a sac fly thrown in there. But the big difference maker was the Marcus Semien 3-run home run.
I got 2-1 the count.
And that gave the Athletics an extended 4-run cushion. Paul Blackburn has pitched 3 full innings out of the bullpen. He's entering his 4th, and he makes that play there. Mitch Garver
The first baseman, number 22.
is out after a ground out back to the pitcher Blackburn. 2 outs. And standing in now is the greatest success story of the Twins season to this point. Miguel Sano, 2 home runs in this game. That's his most recent. And despite his offensive efforts, the Twins still trail by 4 runs. The bat with 2 outs and the bases empty. Ooh, that big hack there by Sano. That's strike 1. 0-1 pitch, here it is. Strike 2, well-placed pitch by Blackburn. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, bases empty for the Twins, who trail by 4 runs. That pitch misses outside.
1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strike count now. There's the pitch. On the ground and past the shortstop Semien into right field. Now bobbled by Laureano. He's got a good arm, though.
He's safe.
Throwing to Semien is, well, late.
The batter, number 2.
So score that a single for Sano. He's still 3 for 3, but he advances to second on the error by Laureano in center field. Here's Luis Arias now.
Count 1-0.
He'll take ball 1, 0 for 2 in his 2 at-bats to this point. Sano in scoring position at second base.
Oh, that's kicked out.
That's not a strike. Counts 2-0. Blackburn looking to complete 4 innings now after replacing Sean Manaea because of injury. Starting the top of the 3rd. Broken bat. Chapman tough plays. Good fielder though. Throws to Olsen. And that ends the inning. Luis Arias grounds out, ending the top of the 6th. Always fun to watch a bat break in slow motion. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. It's opening day. Our first broadcasted game of the day. Twins and Athletics playing as advertised, an offensive-heavy day filled with home runs and run production. Athletics, they have 7 runs on 11 hits. The Twins have 3 runs on 6 hits. The Athletics batting here in the bottom of the 6th. 9-1-2 hitters due up for the A's. Tony Kemp, Marcus Semien, and Ramon Laureano. Kemp falls behind to Whistler. It's 1-2. Whistler has pitched an inning and a third. Came in for Jose Barrios in the bottom of the 4th inning when Barrios struggled and gave up all those runs. Not a good start to the season for Barrios, who gave up 7 earned runs through 3 2/3 innings. Matt Whistler's been on the mound ever since. Pitched out of a jam in that bottom of the 4th inning and pitched a scoreless bottom of the 5th. Full count now to Tony Kemp. This game was going back and forth till that bottom of the 4th inning when the A's separated themselves with a 5-run inning. And Tony Kemp working this at-bat. 8 pitches. This will be the 9th of the at-bat. Hit well but foul, and this leadoff at-bat will reach double digits. Here's pitch number 10. Swing and a miss. 10th pitch does it. Kemp chased a high fastball. That's the first out of the bottom of the 6th.
The batter, the shortstop.
Yeah, Kemp knew he chased a bad pitch too. You see it from his reaction there. Bit frustrated, but the Athletics order recycles now back to Marcus Semien. He hits that one high to right field. Gonzalez tracks it, makes the catch, and on 1 pitch, Semien's out. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting, number 22.
And Ramon Laureano coming up next, singled and doubled. Needs a triple and a home run to complete the cycle. The 2 hardest parts. Strike 1 called on the pitch from Whistler. It's 0-1. This is opening day here on MLB's Virtual Network. Our second featured game will take place, scheduled for 7:10 Eastern Time. It'll be Braves and Diamondbacks. 0-1 pitch. Hit well to second. Arias plays it, throws to Sano, and that's in time and accurate. That ends the inning. Athletics go down 1-2-3. Last third of regulation coming up in this game. It's Oakland 7, Minnesota 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now
So Paul Blackburn, his day is over. Jake Diekman comes into pitch for the Athletics. There's Marwin Gonzalez, by the way.
The right fielder.
His solo home run he hit back in the top of the 3rd inning to lead off. That was one of 2 runs that Paul Blackburn gave up in his appearance out of the bullpen. Paul Blackburn goes 4 full innings out of the Athletics bullpen,
Nope, that's a ball.
giving up 2 earned runs. One was a homer to Gonzalez. The other one was a home run given up to Miguel Sano. 1-0 pitch.
Ball 2.
That misses. 2-0. Sean Manaea, the starting pitcher, was taken out due to injury. And with nobody speaking on that, we'll give you an update on that on our recap and results segment of MLB The Show Virtual Network.
I got to count 2 and 2.
That video will be posted no later than 10 o'clock Eastern Time tonight. So expect that. You'll get an update on Manaea.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
But unfortunate for the Athletics and Manaea, who had a successful 2018, then missed most of 2019 due to injury. And it's potential he re-aggravated something, leaving this game with injury. Swing and a miss. Marwin Gonzalez strikes out to lead off the top of the 7th.
Up next for Minnesota, the center
97 miles per hour on that fastball.
Kepler.
A tough spot to hit it. Top of the order again for the Twins. Here's Max Kepler batting for the 4th time in this game.
That's a ball.
Takes ball 1. Kepler 1 for 3, doubled in his last at bat. Twins couldn't bring him around though. 1-0 pitch. That misses. Counts 2-0.
No strike.
The Twins haven't scored since the top of the 4th inning when Miguel Sano hit a solo home run. That was also the last time that the Twins had a lead, because in the bottom of the 4th inning, the Athletics scored 5 runs and broke this game open. Kepler's going to get himself a second hit. That stays in the park. Grossman plays it. Kepler's going to try for third. The relay from Semien goes home, and Kepler's aboard at third with a triple.
The batter, number 11. Shortstop, Jorge.
Even in the shift, looks like he beat the shift too. Hit that to an uncharted part of center, left center field. And with some hustle, got himself into third base. The Twins in a position to score now. With Kepler on third, heart of the order coming up. Here's Jorge Polanco.
1-0.
Switch hitter batting from the right side. He had a double back in the 3rd inning. Walked in his first at bat, so he's a switch hitter. He batted right-handed in the 1st inning against Minaya. He batted lefty against Blackburn
Ball.
a couple times, and now he's back to batting righty with the lefty Diekman on the mound. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Counts even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's a fair ball down the left field line. Kepler's going to score. Grossman plays it well and prevents Polanco advancing anywhere farther than first.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
And the Twins have scored for the first time since the top of the 4th. It's now 7-4. Twins still trailing, and here is Nelson Cruz. Joaquim Soria, Lou Trevino, a couple setup pitchers in the bullpen for the Athletics. The Athletics really haven't wanted to pitch to Cruz today. He's walked 2 times in 3 plate appearances. Polanco just singled home Max Kepler.
1-1.
Twins with a run in this inning and 1 out. Kepler tripled, and then Polanco singled him home from third. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, 97 miles per hour on that fastball. Counts 1-2. That single by Polanco, by the way, was the first run that the Twins scored that wasn't on a home run. 1-2 pitch. Chased it. And that's 2 outs.
Now batting, third baseman, Josh Donaldson.
Pitch was placed well. It was a bit
Your attention, please.
out of the zone, but
Now pitching for the Athletics.
Cruz chased it, and that's all that matters for the Athletics' sake. Here comes Joaquim Soria out of the bullpen for the Athletics. Veteran right-hander has been established as a setup pitcher now with the Athletics. And will face Josh Donaldson as his first batter. Semien plays it, throws to Olsen. Donaldson's out. Soria only throws 1 pitch.
It's time for the traditional
That ends the top of the 7th. It's stretch time here in Oakland. And the home team leading it 7-4. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th after this break. Hey, wait, there are no breaks on MLB's virtual network. Isn't that wonderful? Tyler Duffy coming out of the bullpen for the Twins. He'll start the bottom of the 7th inning. Matt Whistler is done after pitching 2 1/3 innings.
The third baseman.
Held Jose Barrios out of the bottom of the 4th inning, but even at that, the Athletics scored 5 runs in that bottom of the 4th inning. Barrios finishes his outing giving up 7 earned runs in 3 2/3 innings. Tyler Duffy now the third bullpen arm used in this, the third arm used in this game by the Twins, the second bullpen pitcher to come into this game. 0-2 pitch. That misses inside. Veteran Tyler Clippard and Zach Littell, a younger pitcher on this team, 2 righties throwing in the bullpen now for the Athletics. For the Twins. For the Twins, not the Athletics. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball hit foul. It was thrown right over the heart of the plate. Chapman could not capitalize. Counts 1-2. Swing and a miss. Tyler Duffy starts his outing out of the bullpen with a strikeout.
Now
1 away.
The first baseman, Matt Olson.
This has been a home run heavy game. Each team has hit 3 home runs. The most devastating of those 6 home runs was the Marcus Semien 3-run home run in the bottom of the 4th inning. It broke this game open. Gave the Athletics a 4-run cushion. All 3 Twins home runs were solo home runs. In last half inning, Jorge Polanco hit an RBI single that scored Max Kepler from third. Now it's a 3-run game.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And Matt Olson ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike. He has a home run in this game. He was the igniter of that bottom of the 4th inning. He led the inning off with a solo home run. And the Athletics ended up sending 9 batters to the plate. Scored 5 runs off Jose Barrios in that inning. And Barrios finished this game after 3 2/3 innings, giving up 7 earned runs. 3-2 pitch to Olson from Duffy. Swinging a foul ball. The infield is shifted well to the right, anticipating Olson to pull a ball if he makes contact with it. Inside, ball 4. Duffy issues a 1-out walk here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
The right fielder, Mark Canha.
Mark Canha scheduled to bat. He's 1 for 2. Walked and singled in 3 plate appearances, and takes strike 1 there. It's the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a foul ball, counts 0-2. Mark Canha, a versatile outfielder, but most likely to play right field this season. Takes called strike 3. And a bit of shock comes to his face when he realizes the umpire didn't ring him up, in fact.
Number 2, designated hitter, Chris
Pitch that was close,
Davis.
but the umpire's dictation is a strike. And now with 2 outs, here comes Chris Davis. Strike 1 called on him at 94 miles per hour. He's got a single and a home run to his credit. Was also involved in the hit parade in that 4th inning. That's not when he hit his home run, but he hit his single that later resulted in a Robbie Grossman sacrifice fly. His single advanced Canha from first to third. And then Grossman hit Canha in from third.
1-2.
1-2 pitch, here it is.
Ball 2.
That misses low. Count is even. 2 balls And 2 strikes. Chased it. That ends the inning. Athletics fail to score in the bottom of the 7th. Tyler Duffy has 1 full inning in his score line. It's 7-4. Athletics lead the Twins going to the 8th.
Leading off to the
Here's Eddie Rosario.
the left fielder, number 20, Eddie Rosario.
He'll lead off
Ball, that pitch is
on
out.
top of the 8th inning for the Twins. Twins will have 5, 6, 7 due up to begin this top of the 8th inning. It'll be Eddie Rosario, Mitch Garver, and Miguel Sano. Well, this game was advertised as a battle between 2 offensively heavy teams, and that's exactly what we've got. 6 home runs total, distributed evenly amongst both teams. Each team has hit 3 home runs. Rosario fouls that pitch off. And it's a 7-4 game, not out of hand, but the Athletics broke the game open in the bottom of the 4th inning. Scored 5 runs, sent 9 batters to the plate.
I got to count 2-2.
The game had gone back and forth to that point. The Athletics struck first. Twins homered to respond. The Athletics homered to respond, as did the Twins. The Twins had only had runs on the 3 home runs that they hit until the 7th inning when Jorge Polanco had an RBI single. But the ball has carried. It's an above 60-degree day here in the state of California.
Full count.
And the balls have jumped off the bat, that's for sure. Just that satisfying sound, too, off the bat with all the home runs that have been hit. It's good to hear again. Off-season's over, guys. This is opening day. Rosario fouls that pitch off, so he's kept the count full 3-2, and this will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Hit one to left field. That sends Grossman back, but he makes the catch and fights off the sun. And
Number 8,
there's the starter comparison. Sean Manaea got hurt. That's why he only pitched 2 innings. Give up a home run to Miguel Sano. We have yet to see what his status of his injury is, but Jose Barrios, 3 2/3 innings, gave up 7 earned runs. Here's Mitch Garver taking strike 1. Joakim Soria
0-1.
pitching in his 2nd inning out of the bullpen. Came in the 7th. Hasn't given up a run.
No ball.
Strike 2 on Garver, 0 for 3. Hasn't really hit the ball out of the infield in this game. 0-2. That's fouled off. Count still 0-2. Soria ahead. Soria came in the middle of the 7th inning.
Ball, that's out.
Liam Hendricks will not be available for this game. He has started the year being on the injured list. As Garver stays in the at-bat, count 1-2 still. Lou Trevino right now is the designated closing pitcher on the Athletics roster.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Two pitch. That's outside. Counts full 3-2. But Joaquin Soria, one of the setup pitchers, and has struggled to put hitters down in this inning. And a bat by Eddie Rosario extended 9 pitches as well. Here's Garver hitting the 9th pitch into left center field. Laureano is under it, and he makes the catch. That's 2 flyouts by the Twins in this top of the 8th inning.
The first base, Miguel.
And that'll bring up Miguel Sano. 3 for 3, 2 of his hits went out of the yard. He's been half of the Twins' run production has come from Sano in this game. First pitch. That's outside, ball 1. Twins and Athletics will play each other tomorrow as well.
2-0.
Jake Odorizzi scheduled to start for the Twins, and Jesus Luzardo scheduled to start for the Athletics. Rich Hill signed a contract in the offseason with the Twins, but
I got
is
3-0.
starting the year on the injured list. He's scheduled to be back in roughly a month. But signed in free agency with the Twins this past offseason. Sano remains perfect after walking. He has reached base all 4 times.
The second baseman,
He's come up to the plate.
Arias.
And that extends the inning for Luis Arias.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the A's, number 16.
So Liam Hendricks comes out of the bullpen for the Athletics.
Hendricks.
Maybe it wasn't Hendricks that was on the injured list. Oh, you know what? He had some kind of soreness in spring training. But he's still on the roster, so he's the closer. Trevino's the other setup pitcher for the A's, but Hendricks coming in to most likely pitch out of this 8th inning and close out the game in the 9th. He was the setup man to Blake Treinen before Treinen kind of fell off last season and I was no longer with the Athletics, signed a deal with the Dodgers this offseason. Hendricks had quite a development, too, pitching with the Athletics. He was a long reliever with this team back in 2018, and he even started the game against the Yankees, the wild card game in 2018. Didn't do so well, but became a setup pitcher in 2019, and then earned the closer's job when Treinen was struggling.
2-2 count.
A native of the country of Australia. I guess technically it's also a continent, isn't it? 2-2 pitch coming. That misses high. Count run full 3-2. And Sano should be running on the pitch. There goes, and it hits him on 3-2. Arias reaches first the painful way.
Now batting, the right fielder, Marlon.
Looked like a breaking ball that just got away from Hendricks. Yep. So that'll send the tying run to the plate in the form of Marwin Gonzalez. Gonzalez, one of the Twins players to homer. And he represents the tying run right now. In the batter's box. Strike one called at the top of the zone. Hendricks throwing 95 miles per hour. Already thrown 7 pitches. Here's the 0-1. Popped up. Laureano running all the way close to the infield. He'll make the catch. And the top of the 8th inning concludes. Twins get a couple on, but fail to score. They still trail by 3 runs. Bottom of the order due up for the Athletics in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Tyler Clippard coming out of the bullpen for the Twins, a veteran on the mound. Just looking to keep this game where it is, to give the Twins the best chance to make a comeback in the top of the 9th inning. Bottom of the order due up for the Athletics, and Robbie Grossman leads the inning off with a single.
Now batting, catcher, Sean Murphy.
A quick offensive start for the Athletics. Now here comes Sean Murphy. He'll bat bottom of the 8th. He's 0 for 3. And grounds the second pitch of the inning through the infield. Base hit for Sean Murphy. He's now 1 for 4. The Athletics have set up their offense on 2 pitches. Single by Grossman, single by Murphy. He looked like he got jammed there a bit, but just caught the ball with the right part of the bat. Tyler Clippard has given up 2 hits to start this inning. And remember, MLB rules state now that a pitcher must throw to a minimum of 3 batters in an inning. So Clippard's going to have to face Tony Kemp before he's potentially substituted for. Kemp 1 for 3 in 3 at-bats. Count even 1-1. Corey Guerin and Zach Littell. 2 righties in the bullpen for the Twins. 1-1 pitch. It's foul. Counts 1-2. The Athletics haven't scored since their 5-run inning in the bottom of the 4th. One-two to the versatile Kemp coming now. Popped up. Tough play, but Polanco makes it. No infield fly rule was called on that play either.
Now batting, shortstop, Marcus.
That's the first out of the bottom of the 8th. And here's the top of the order coming back up for the Athletics, Marcus Semien. Doubled and homered in this game, and all 3 of those RBIs came on a 3-run homer he hit in the bottom of the 4th. The runs that scored on that 3-run homer were the last runs that the Athletics scored. It's that foul and falls behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. On the first 2 pitches of the inning, Robbie Grossman and Sean Murphy singled. Kemp popped out. Now here's Semien who takes ball 1. One ball and 2 strikes on the Athletics shortstop. That was a top 3 finisher in MVP voting last season. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Chase the off-speed pitch. And that's the second out of this bottom of the 8th inning. Will Laureano comes up to the plate. He'll bat with 2 outs, 2 runners on. And his team up by 3 runs. Had an RBI double back in the first inning. And takes ball 1. Looking to develop his offense as Laureano, but has already established himself as one of the best outfielders in the modern era. That pitch fouled off. Count even at 1. One pitch. Swing and a miss. Counts 1-2. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. This is opening day. Athletics and Twins game 1 of a couple of games that will be featured today. The Braves and the Diamondbacks coming up at 7:10 Eastern Time, so stick around for that. If you're excited about opening day, that's a tough play and will not be made by Donaldson. Ramon Laureano reaches on an infield single, and that's crucial because the heart of the order coming up for the Athletics. And some potential insurance runs fill the bases. Clippard has faced his minimum of 3 batters. And now he'll face Matt Chapman, swing and a miss, strike 1.
0-1.
Chapman 1 for 4. Caught the contagiousness of the Athletics offense. His only hit was scored in that bottom of the 4th inning. Falls behind quickly to Clippard, though, 0-2. Oh-2 pitch. Here it comes.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Doesn't chase that. Count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. See the score line there, and who's on base? Grossman on third, Murphy on second, Laureano on first. And a strikeout of Matt Chapman ends the inning and prevents the Athletics from scoring any further. Last inning of regulation coming up. The A's lead the Twins 7-4.
Leading up for the Twins,
The last effort on offense
Matt
for the Twins will be the top of the order. 1, 2, 3 hitters due up to bat. It's Max Kepler, Jorge Polanco, and Nelson Cruz all due up to bat. In this half inning. One 0 pitch. Strike 1 called at the knees of Kepler. Count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch. Swing and a miss.
2 strikes.
Counts 1 ball and 2 strikes. Strike 3 called. That's the first out of the top of the 9th inning.
the bat, number 11.
So Liam Hendricks, who came in
Polanco.
the middle of the last inning, attempting to earn himself his first save of the season as the Athletics closer. He's at 12 pitches now. Strike 1 called toward the bottom of the zone. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, right side. Tony Kemp throws to Matt Olson, 2 outs. So tomorrow these two play each other again. The Athletics will play a 4-game series with the Twins. We'll go to a 3-game series with the Astros. And then we'll start a 3-game series with the Twins starting on Thursday, April the 2nd. But the Athletics get their first off day on April the 3rd. That's a Friday. Nelson Cruz, the final chance for the Twins. Oh, 1 pitch. Chased it.
I got the count.
That's strike 2. The Twins will finish this 4-game series with the Athletics, have a 3-game series with the Mariners, and we'll start that series with the Athletics again on the 2nd. And the Twins' first off day is also on Friday, April the 3rd. So neither of these two teams will have a division matchup for the first couple weeks of the regular season. 1-2 pitch, that misses high. Counts even at 2. Don't forget to stick around for our recap and results, followed by standings updates as well as injury updates around the league. That video will be posted, or those videos will be posted no later than 10 p.m. Eastern tonight. And don't forget our second covered game here on Major League Baseball's virtual network. It'll be the Braves and the Diamondbacks. That game's scheduled to start at 7:10 Eastern Time. Nelson Cruz works a 2-out walk. The tying run for the Twins is in the on-deck circle. Josh Donaldson coming up next. He's hitless in 4 at-bats. But the Braves have the new addition of Marcell Ozuna in the outfield. And the Diamondbacks will have Madison Bumgarner making his first start with them. Bumgarner, a longtime Giant, signed a deal with the Diamondbacks in the offseason. So his Diamondback debut will be covered here on Major League Baseball's virtual network. And that game starts at 7:10, scheduled to start at 7:10 Eastern Time. Donaldson, a 154 hitter against Hendricks in his career. Hendricks at 21 pitches now, and since the Athletics will be playing for nearly a week straight, Hendricks might get the day off tomorrow after throwing so much at the end of this game. He's at 22 pitches now as the closing pitcher. He's not really meant for pitching for stamina.
That's in. Ball 2.
May very well get a day off. Lou Trevino hasn't thrown yet for the Athletics, so he might get himself some save opportunities tomorrow. But Hendricks came in last inning, prevented the Twins from scoring, and is now attempting to earn his first save of the season on opening day. And now he's got 2 strikes on Donaldson. Cruz is on first. Cruz walked with 2 outs. The first 2 hitters for the Twins in this game got out. And that's not called a strike. That counts now run full, 3-2. Close pitch, but the discipline by Donaldson pays off. Cruz will run from first. Here's the 3-2. That's fouled off. 97 miles per hour from Hendricks. Cruz will run again. The Oakland faithful there cheering in the background. That's called a ball. Back-to-back walks issued by Liam Hendricks. And he's going on upwards of 30 pitches now. The tying run comes to the plate. It's Eddie Rosario. Hitless in his 4 at-bats. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis, covering opening day baseball for you. And a game that has been filled with offense and has that much more suspense added to it now since Cruz and Donaldson walked back-to-back. And strike 1 called on Eddie Rosario, representing the tying run. The Athletics part of the American League West, the Twins part of the American League Central. Both powerhouses in their respective divisions, and have displayed that here. 30th pitch by Hendricks. Still 98 miles per hour on that fastball. That misses inside. Counts 2 balls and 1 strike. That misses low. Rosario's in a hitter's count. Mitch Garver's on deck, and should it get to Sano, he's hit 2 home runs in this game. He's in the hole right now. 3-1 pitch. That misses outside. That's ball 4. Hendricks has now walked the last 3 hitters with 2 outs. His pitch count's at 32 now. And potential panic time for the Athletics. Hendricks is going to stay in the game. Mitch Garver, who's also 0 for 4. Each hitter on base, or each runner on base, has went 0 for 4 in this game. That pitch gets away from Murphy. Throw to Chapman is not in time. Back safely is Cruz. But Cruz, hitless, he's on third. Donaldson hitless, he's on second. Rosario hitless, he's on first. Garver hitless as well, and he almost gets hit by that pitch. And he's putting a hitter's count now 2-0. The tying run is represented in the form of Eddie Rosario. He's on first base. Not a slow runner either. Donaldson and Cruz, not good runners either. But they're each in scoring position, and there's 2 outs. 2-0 pitch. Strike one called at the top of the zone. 2-1. Our next game covered here on MLB's Virtual Network will be between the Braves and the Diamondbacks. That game scheduled to start at 7:10 Eastern Time. We'll stick around for more opening day baseball after this game. Counts even 2-2. Swing and a miss, and Hendricks, after all the suspense and tension, closes this game out successfully, earns himself a save, and the Athletics start the season 1-0. A game filled with offense. The Athletics had a dominant 4th inning on offense, scoring 5 runs and knocking Jose Barrios out of the game. 6 home runs were hit total between the two teams. The Twins had 3 home runs. The Athletics had 3 home runs, and that crooked number there in the bottom of the 4th is the story to this game. It was evenly matched mostly throughout, but that bottom of the 4th separated this game, and the Twins could not recover. Paul Blackburn came out of the bullpen. He replaced an injured Sean Manaea. Gets the win. Gave up 2 earned runs in his time out of the bullpen. Jose Barrios gets hit with the loss. Pitched 3 2/3 innings. Gave up 7 earned runs on 8 hits. Struggled here on opening day. And Liam Hendricks created some tension amongst Athletic fans, but gets the save after pitching 1 1/3 innings. Struck out 2, gave up no hits, but all 3 runners that got on base in that top of the 9th inning were all on the walks he issued. The only walks he issued in his time out of the bullpen. Again, he gets the save. So that's it for Major League Baseball's Virtual Network. You can see the Athletics and Twins results and recaps covered tonight on MLB's Virtual Network. A video will be posted on Twitter and YouTube covering the results of this game as well as the results of all 15 games that are played today on opening days. So look out for that. Even if your team's not going to be covered on our games of the day, stick around. You can follow the results of your team. You can follow the results of the team. You can follow standings of a team, and you can follow injury updates as well. So keep that in mind. Game 2, the second game covered today on MLB's Virtual Network, which will be between the Braves and the Diamondbacks. That game will start roughly around 7:10 Eastern Time, so stick around for that too if you miss opening day. But that's the whole point. Let's keep baseball rolling. I'm Nicholas Callis. You've been watching Major League Baseball's Virtual Network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. Once again, the final score: the Athletics 7 and the Twins 4.